The Saints' 8-game win streak is over. New Orleans Saints, Los Angeles Rams, NFL Week 12 reaction, game highlights, reaction. Look, I'm about to get into that. It was a fantastic game, ups and downs all across the field, left and right turns, excuse me. But before I get into that, if this is your first time visiting this channel, what are you waiting for? Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified of every video that I make. Be a part of the notification gang. But what I really like for you guys to do is to hit that share button and share this to all your social media sites. That if you know a segment of Saints fans, segment of NFL fans that has hashtags or like to talk about NFL on a weekly basis, share that to that segment of fans. Feel free to watch it together. So let's get right on into this reaction in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, 3rd and 5 right here. It's at the beginning of the game. Jared Goff over the middle to Todd Gurley. Fast, elusive, big, very hard to take down. Gets what he wants right there. First down for the Rams. And as you see right here, on the goal line, and an easy pitch and catch to Sammy Watkins over Devontae Harris. Look, Saints down, Ken Crawley down, Marshawn Lattimore, both of their starting cornerbacks. I didn't expect both of them to be out. And it was just a tough game all the way around. But Saints will get the ball back. Drew Brees to the beast, Mike Thomas. Across the middle for about 20 yards. Probably would have been 30 yards if he wouldn't have tripped over his own feet. But it's all good. 2nd and 4 for the Saints. And this would be a constant theme all game. The defense up front for the Rams was in Drew Brees' face all game long. The Saints just lost the line. The battle of the line on offensive line and defensive line. 3rd down here. And once again, here we go. Strip sack right there by Robert Quinn. Terrell Armstead would fall on the ball luckily enough for it not to be a turnover. And this was just tough for the Saints offensive line all game long. As you see the replay right here, Robert Quinn coming around the edge and actually got held right there and still got to Breeze right there. And the Rams would get the ball back. 2nd and 21. Jared Goff extending the play, going to the outside to Cooper Kupp with the toe tapper. Looking good on that one. I got to admit that was a nice catch. There's nothing you can do about that. Jared Goff had all the time in the world, and that would lead to a 50-yard field goal tipped by Greg Zuerlein. This guy rarely misses at all, and it was money straight down the pipe. Saints will get the ball back, down to nothing, and this man, Alvin Kamara, goes down the sideline, and once he gets to the sideline, that's it. You're not going to catch him. That is it. You see how fast this guy is. Not too many people that are faster than him, and I think in this game, if there's any positives to come out of this game, this guy locked up the Rookie of the Year. I don't care what anybody says. He is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. 74-yard touchdown. He make it look so easy. And you see the pictures being taken right there. As you can see on the replay, he got a load of good blocks right here. An alley opened up, and he was down the sideline. That was it. If it's in foot race with Alvin Kamara, nobody's going to catch him on defense. Nobody at all. He just flips the ball into the end zone casually. Rams will get the ball back. Jared Goff backed up into his own end zone. Has all day to throw the ball. Pitches it to Todd Gurley. He makes a move. Gets the first down on 2nd and 18. Picked up about 20 to 25, about 25 to 30 yards right there. That was a backbreaker right there. Saints had a chance to stop him, but they would stop him anyways and get the ball back. Kamara could have got stopped right there, and he still got the first down. The guy stays on his feet. I just don't know how he does it. That was just an amazing catch and run right there. They wouldn't get points out of that. Rams would get the ball back. Jared Goff would pitch to Cooper Kupp. Kenny Vaccaro just lost the ball in the air. He was right there for coverage. And I guess he just lost it in the sun and just lost it in the lights. That would be huge. As the Rams would get the ball here right inside the 10, Jared Goff would just stand in the pocket all day long. And the Saints just lost the battle up front. He pitches it right there to Reynolds. Easy pitch and catch for a touchdown. Rams are going to take a double-digit lead, and Jared Goff just had all the time in the world, as you would see on the replay. No pressure whatsoever. Saints had a tough time getting there on him. And he run 3, but dropped the rest in coverage. That still didn't work. Reynolds over the middle in the back of the end zone. Jared Goff had himself a fine game this game. The Saints would get the ball back, however. Kamara with the swing in the right, and you think he's going to go down in the backfield for a 2-yard loss, and he turns into a 16, 17-yard gain. This guy is just incredible. this young man is just incredible. We had the Saints just got a gem out of this man. As you see in the replay right here, this should have been a 3-yard loss. I mean, just look at it, just in the backfield, and he moves so quickly to where you just can't tell how fast he's going. At times, he's going so fast. That would lead to a Will Lutz 50-yard field goal attempt. It was right down the middle. Will Lutz and Greg Zuerlein, two of the best kickers in the NFC and all of the NFL. They really showed it today. Rams will get the ball back. Jared Goff has time to throw the ball. He pitches it to Sammy Watkins, juggling catch right there over Devontae Harris, and that would be huge right there. It would give them a chance for a field goal, although they would miss it. Saints will get the ball back in the third quarter. Thomas Morstead with a boom pump right here to Cooper, and Cooper would just take it to the outside for a fantastic return right here. Morstead would get in the way. That wouldn't lead to much, as the Rams would get the ball back later in the third quarter. And right here you see the blitz coming, but Todd Gurley up the middle for another near 20-yard gain right there. And that was a fabulous run. And you just can't do much with that guy, although it would get called back. And still, once you see again, you can't do much with that guy. Up the middle again, close to the first down, would get the first down. And the Rams, they just got what they wanted for the most part of this game. It wasn't a bad defensive effort for the Saints. But as we see right here, the Saints would hold to a Greg Zuerlein field goal attempt. That guy's money rarely ever misses, like I said before. Saints defense didn't play all that bad considering the circumstances this game. And the Rams would get the ball back. They faked the end around. And they would find Higbee right here. And you have a case of bad tackling. Von Bell going for the ball instead of the tackle right there. Gives up another 6, 7, 8 yards. Long passes right there. And that would be a really great benefit for the Rams. I just see the replay right here. He just comes right out of the backfield. Nobody covering him. Devontae Harris with the late coverage right there. Bell going for the ball. And you just got to wrap up. You have to wrap up under all circumstances. He's just breaking tackle after tackle. Just wrap him up right here, Bell. And he doesn't. And he gets a long first down. It will put him in field goal range as well. And speaking of that, Greg Zuerlein right here with the 49-yard field goal attempt. It's money. And that's how the Rams, really started to pull away a little bit. Greg Zuerlein with the field goals here and there. But Breeze will get the ball back. And here's that man again. Alvin Kamara breaks a tackle. What else is new? Leapfrogs a guy. You just don't jump over people like that. The stadium just went crazy for that leap. But 4th and 5 right here. And here he is again, keeping the Saints in this thing. I thought he was going to get a touchdown right here, but he would get stopped at the 5-yard line. That would be a huge stop, come to find out. The Saints get the ball right here. Drew Brees in the pocket to Michael Thomas. He gets stuffed, and right there you usually see Michael Thomas win a one-on-one matchup for the end zone. But he got stuffed right there. Credit goes to the Rams right there. They would hold the Saints to a field goal. Many would wonder why Sean Payton wouldn't go for the 4th down right there, but the Rams would get the ball back. Jared Goff looking for Sammy Watkins. He tips it up, and P.J. Williams is right there for the beneficial pick right there. And it looked like right here the Saints would have a chance to get back in it. As you see right there, the ball is underthrown. Sammy Watkins tips it up. Williams right there with the pick. The Saints couldn't do anything with it. They would go on and give the ball back to the Rams. And the Rams right there running a Saints play, faking the end around with the toss out to Todd Gurley for a nice gain. They couldn't make anything out of it. The Saints would get the ball back. Drew Brees to Alvin Kamara, and he would get a touchdown. Overall, the Saints did not get the ball enough to him in this game, but he had a fantastic stat line. And the game would come down to the end right here. Saints trying to go for an onside kick for the win, but it is corralled by Sammy Watkins, and that would do it. The Rams would go on to win the game. They would go on to move to 8-3, as would the Saints. And look, this NFC South race, the NFC has gotten extremely interesting. And you look at the Saints and Rams are tied. The Rams have the tiebreaker right here by virtue of winning this game. And you look at the NFC South, the Saints go on an 8-game win streak, and you lose one game. You lose one game, and you're tied in the division. You can't even get a 2-3 game cushion. as the Panthers are right there with the Saints tied, and you have the Falcons right there underneath both of them at 4 losses, despite how bad their season is going. They're only a 4-loss team. If the season would end today, all three of those teams would make the playoffs. Excuse me. This division is highly competitive in the NFC South, and the Saints are going to have to shake back next week against the Panthers. Look, this week, I got to hand it to the defense. They played as admirably as they could, considering that they didn't have Marshawn Lattimore, Ken Crawley, Den Harris, and Okafor is already out. They played well enough for the Saints to win this game. It's just that the offense got stymied, possession after possession, and you can't do much when you're losing the battle up front. That goes for the defensive line and the offensive line. Drew Brees is getting constant pressure in his face, and the Saints receivers wasn't winning one-on-one matchups for the majority of the game, although they got it kicked into high gear later in the game, but we just couldn't take advantage towards the end. You can't win them all. It's in a given Sunday type of league, especially when you have injuries as well. So the Saints will just have to bounce back next week. It was a valiant effort, but the Rams win here. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the standings. It'll also be interesting to see how this plays out in the NFC South. I'll be back next week. Saints, Panthers. That should be a good one. It's going to be in the Superdome. Marshawn Lattimore should be back. Ken Crawley should be back. So we'll see how the defense shakes out. And I will be back doing the highlights. I will see you next week. Hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come back again next week.